Hello, my friend. Welcome to our weekly What's Up in Makeup live chat. Here representing You Can't Do That on Television. I found the shirt. I've had this shirt forever. And I think this is fitting for today. You can't do that on YouTube. Or you can't do it anymore on YouTube. Today we're going to be talking about the changing atmosphere in the beauty space on YouTube and in marketing and in cosmetics and what that looks like. What is happening? There is definitely a shift happening. There's a bunch of signs of what's going on. And I want to talk about that shift and what that means for us as the consumers. It's really a very interesting time in the beauty space with lots of factors factoring in of what has gotten us here. So I want to talk about that, including Morphe launching a new sub-brand called Morphe 2. We'll talk about it. But before we do that, I do want to go ahead and say hello very quickly to the people that are here live in the collective brain of makeup awesomeness, also known as people that are here in live chat. For me, it's over there. If you're watching the replay, I think it's over there. So let me scroll all the way up to the top. And we have Naya Derice. Hello, good morning. Consuelo, good morning to you. Teresa M. Oh, hello. She's reminding everyone to like and share the video. It does help me out a lot. This Pretty Little Life is here. Nancy, my friend Nancy is here. Good morning to you, Nancy. Hopefully you are doing well. Marissa is here. She says, hope you and your family are healthy and well, and hope you enjoyed a relatively nice and quiet week in the beauty community. Yes, I did. It was quite nice. You know, it's nice to talk about things other than certain people in particular. Manor Jack says, "Is it Wednesday yet?" And she's one. I'm thinking you're thinking because Wednesday is National Lipstick Day. Is that why you're saying that? And National Lipstick Day is when my trio officially launches with Ofra Cosmetics. My Metamorphosis Lip Trio. I do have a full video on it. I will link it down below. It's 10 a.m. on Wednesday is the official launch time. We did have a pre-sale. That is over, but people are actually already getting their things, which is super cool. I wasn't 100% sure if they were going to start shipping them before or if they were going to wait, but apparently people are already getting their lip trios that they ordered because Ofra is that stinking amazing. They are on point. We had no problems with the website for the pre-launch and everything was great. So looking forward to a successful launch on Wednesday the 29th. Thank you so much for being excited. As excited about it as I am. So excited. Hi Alexandra. Hello AD in Lithuania. Hello Heavenly Ocean and Nikki who finally made it to a live. Good morning to you. That's what she says. She says she finally made it to a live. Heba, good morning to you. And Jennifer, thank you all so much for being here. If I did not say good morning to you, good morning to you. Thank you so much for being here. All right. Sip of coffee. Yes. So this is what is happening. So Laura Lee, let's talk about Laura. So Laura, as we know, had her share of controversies a couple of years ago where some old tweets were dug up and it was just tragic for her career. It was so bad, unfortunately. Well, I mean, depending on who you are, you're going to say unfortunately or fortunately, depending on whether you felt like she deserved that crash or not. She had her line, still has her line, Laura Lee Los Angeles. She was supposed to be selling at Ulta. Ulta decided not to carry it anymore. She had the tragic apology video that did not go over well. And then she took quite a significant break after that. And now she's back to making content. She's been back for quite a while, but her content has changed quite a bit. She is now doing more lifestyle content. She's raising her niece, I believe is how she's related. I'm almost 100% sure. It's her niece and with her husband, and that is her priority. And she is moving more toward lifestyle rather than beauty. She released a video that was mostly talking about, it was answering questions from her subscribers. And she said basically, like, I don't want to be in the beauty space. I want to stay away from drama. People ask me what I think about the drama that's happening right now. I'm staying in my own lane. I'm staying here. I'm doing my own thing. Leave me alone. Like, just let me stay in my own space with my lifestyle content. And I can see why she made that switch. And I applaud her for making that switch. I think that it was a smart move. both for her own mental health and for her audience. I think it was super smart of her to do that. And then we move over to the influencer releases that are coming out. Of course, we have Patrick Star with his makeup removers. And last night, he announced he does have makeup coming with the One Size brand. I caught it right before I went to sleep, so I don't know if anything happened since I woke up this morning. I would imagine not. I believe he's on the West Coast. But yeah, so we have him releasing makeup-y kinds of things. But then we have Desi with her sunglasses line called Desi Perkins, but it's spelled with a Z for her sunglasses line. And we have Jackie Aina releasing candles. And I'm thinking there's a connection here. And I think the connection is that people that are they've been doing this for a long time, like Laura and Desi and Jackie. I mean, these collectively, they've been around longer than, the D'Amelios have been alive by far, and it's like, I feel like how much more of this can you do? How many lip glosses can you review? How can you keep it fresh and interesting? I think that's one factor. I think another factor is that a lot of us in their target audiences, people in their mid to late 20s, all the way up to wherever, I don't know, where would you say the end cap is? I don't think there is one. We've been collecting makeup for a minute, like especially if you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, or above. We've been collecting makeup for a long time, and we have a lot of stuff. Do we really need more stuff? That's the question. So I think starting a non-makeup related line is actually very smart, because I think that people go through candles. People always want sunglasses. The sun's hopefully always going to be there, So with the, I see something that I want to talk about real quick. I lost it. Darn. Okay. I saw something in the chat. My eyes glazed over it and then I lost it. I think that it's smart to market outside of the makeup space, because how many times can we do the same thing over and over and over? And there's only so many colors. So I think that it's really smart. I want to see what you all have to say. Okay, Queen Cami says she's still part of the beauty community. I don't blame her for not wanting to talk about the drama. I don't blame her either. She had enough drama for an entire lifetime. She for her own health, I would imagine that's the smart move. Mermaid DIY artist Laura's tweets were horrible. Agreed. Hopefully she's changed. It seems that she has. I mean, this is the thing about social media and people having changed. What we see is what people show us. So you never really know about anybody who they really are behind the scenes, because you're only seeing snippets of who they really are. I think some people, you can kind of get that vibe about how much they're sharing, how transparent they are. Some people are very, very closed off about their private life and who they are. And some people are very, very open. Use Robert B. Christie as an example. She wants to be so open about her pregnancy and about her life and everything. And she released the most heartbreaking Instagram story I think I've seen in a long time, especially for me as someone who cares very much about her as a person. This is a little bit off topic, but kind of on topic. She released this Instagram story where she had put out a video updating on her pregnancy, and she talked about some very personal decisions she was making. And people just really, really dug into her in the comments, according to her. And just basically just shaming her for every decision she made. And it's not really anybody's place to tell someone what they should be doing with their body or with their child, unless there is a danger to a person, unless there is a danger to the child, a danger to the person. But in the end, Christy needs to be listening to her doctors. That's who the most important people she needs to be listening to. The beauty space is brutal. As far as comments, I have not heard of a place where they are so brutal. It's unforgiving. And the nitpicking and the cruelty. I mean, I guess there probably are other spaces that I'm not aware of, because I'm not aware of every space. Maybe I'm just being very tunnel vision because I only know my space. But it sure does seem like that, man. It does seem extra brutal. It seems like whenever there's drama on the internet, it centers around the beauty space. Whenever there's something trending on Twitter or whenever there's a YouTuber in the news, it's somebody in the beauty space. And it's people just freaking out and losing their minds over the choices that beauty influencers make. It's crazy. I mean, maybe it's just my tunnel vision because I only know what I know. But it's crazy. So bringing this back, it's like, I get why people want to move away from the beauty space. Like, it makes sense to me. It makes sense to me. And then bringing it back to the comment, we never know who somebody truly is, as far as whether they've changed or not. So that adds a whole nother layer to this, as far as our involvement with these people, the internet personalities that we see. Yeah, Cosmic Slice says people will always feel that their own personal experiences make them an expert on your life and feel they have the right to give unsolicited advice. Oh, 100%. And I think it's because we only see from our own point of view, from our own experiences, 100%. And, and I think that sometimes we take that a little too far and we assume that our situation is the same as someone else's. It's just, ugh. Ashley says, because of these trolls and people that shame Christy will make her want to stay private and not tell us anything. Absolutely. And I've always been an extremely open person as well. And there's definitely been times where I have shared things and then been like, oh, I guess I shouldn't have told you that because that, yeah. And there are things that I probably won't ever say on the internet as far as who I am as a person, because they're personal, different experiences that I've had in my past, things like that I probably won't ever share because they're in my past. They may help make me who I am, which I think is a good story to kind of tell you who I am as a person. But at the same time, it's like, everybody's made mistakes and everybody's gone through traumatic experiences and nobody really wants to be judged for those things that are in the past. So sometimes it might be better to just leave those things in the past. With Christy, it's like that's what's happening in her present. And I know for a fact that so many people are so happy for Christy and so happy to watch her journey. And it's just so sad that she doesn't feel comfortable sharing her journey. It's crazy. It's so unfortunate. It's so incredibly unfortunate. I do believe that the Instagram stories are still up, probably only for the next few hours because they do disappear after 24 hours. But as soon as she posted, and the very last one, let me see if I can pull it up. It is so awful. She posted on Instagram. She did these stories. And then at the very end of it, let me see if I can find her. Raw. If I type in Christy, it doesn't come up. I have to type in raw. Okay. So she's showing these plants and she goes and she talks. She has quite a few talking about her. There it is. Okay. This is what someone DM'd her right after her stories went live about her pregnancy. I know we kind of went off topic a little bit, but this all does tie into why people want to leave the beauty space. This is on her stories right now. It says, but why do you care? Are they affecting you in any way? Like the comments. I'm sorry, but you deserve it. It was your choice, in all caps, it was your choice for putting the video up, and now you're mad. Sorry you can't handle criticism. This is what you signed up for. The "this is what you signed up for" argument is so infuriating. No. You can expect it, but that doesn't mean it has to happen. That's up to the individual person, and I think using that it's a cop-out. It's someone saying, you know what, I can say whatever I want to say because you signed up for it, because you decided to put your face on the internet. I can say whatever I want to say. I can be a jerk. I can hurt you. I can say horrible things because you signed up for it. I'm sorry, but no. That does not work. I'm sorry. If you put a Confederate flag on the back of your truck, you have to expect repercussions. If you know what I mean? Like if you are a jerk, if you're a horrible individual and you are just say horrible things, then you are a horrible person. That has nothing to do with the person you're commenting to. You are a horrible person. And unfortunately on the internet, there just isn't as many repercussions for the commenters as there are for the people that are putting their faces out there. It is very unfortunate. So people use that as an excuse. It's so sad. It's so sad. So I can understand why people want to leave the beauty space. It does come with the territory, but that's not an excuse for people to act like that, in my opinion. Marissa says, I just can't genuinely imagine being so disconnected from humanity that you can't even have compassion for people receiving displaced and unnecessary hatred or judgment. Absolutely. Yeah, Caitlin says, no one signs up for that horrible treatment. Absolutely. I mean, you expect to get some of those things, but at the same time, that doesn't make it okay. It doesn't make it okay. And she is just one of the kindest people. And you just feel that radiating out of her, when she talks about different things, when she talks about animals and when she talks about her friends, like you just feel the love radiating out of her. And that she will get this kind of treatment is just not okay. It's not okay. And it just kind of all goes full circle. And I know like there were times when Jackie took a long break from the internet. I don't know about Desi. I don't follow her as closely. But it's exhausting. I mean, it is in a way part of the job, but at the same time, like if people were just not horrible individuals, then, that's my opinion on that. Let me see. Okay, so very quickly, thank you so much to Rebecca and to Caitlin and to Lindsay's Lovely Life for joining the Collective Brain Elite. I appreciate you so much. Pretty Little Life said, I could never imagine being a person to be so nasty to a pregnant woman too, like WTF. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I think everybody's pretty much agreeing on this. Steph says, what's more sad is people spend hours hating on people on the internet. Like, if that's how you want to waste your life, so be it. And it definitely happens. I mean, there's entire communities of people that just sit around and talk crap all day long. And if that, somebody said this once, and I can't remember who to credit for this. And if you said this first, then I apologize. But I think that it's nice that there are places on the internet where people can just be horrible and disgusting. Like they can be in their own little pod of disgustingness. They don't come in my space. Every once in a while, someone trots in and leaks in and is a horrible individual in my comment section or wherever, and then I just block them and then they're gone. But it actually doesn't happen as often as it used to. And I'm very, very thankful for that. And I part of that I credit to these places where these people can just be evil together. These pits of hell on the internet where they can just talk and say what they want to say, and I don't have to read there, and it makes me happy. Angie says, Desi took a break for a while because everyone just kept asking when she was going to get pregnant. I can imagine that was just, ugh. Nicole says, so you don't like drama channels. I don't like some drama channels. It just depends. It depends on the person. I think that every drama channel runs their space differently. I feel like some of them, their goal is only for clicks and they don't care who they hurt. They don't care if they give false information. They don't care if they spread rumors. They don't care who they hurt. They're just doing it for themselves for selfish reasons. I think other people, the other side of the spectrum is people who comment on what's happening and their focus is really just sharing their opinion on what's happening. And those are the kind of channels that I enjoy the most. And then there's people that fall kind of in the middle. I refuse to watch the ones that I know are just spreading drama and rumors and don't care about people. I watch quite a few of the more commentary style channels where people are just expressing their opinions. I do very much enjoy those. Because I like the reason why we're here now is because I like to talk about human nature. I like to talk about social situations. I do have an undergrad degree in psychology, if that even matters. I also have an associate's degree in mental health. So I do have some education in this, along with my education degrees. I have do you care about all my degrees? First, I got my associate's degree in mental health. Then I got my undergrad degree in special education with a certification in general education, along with my undergrad degree in psychology. And then I got my master's degree in elementary reading and literacy. And now all of my degrees. So anyway, I just find this stuff very interesting. So I find commentary channels very interesting. And I like talking about this in live chat for that same reason. But as soon as they start making stuff up for that bothers me. That bothers me. Everybody's talking about their favorite channels. you have to decide what kind of energy you want in your life. And if you feel like somebody's giving off bad energy, and they're bringing negativity to your life and they're making you feel a certain way, then you can choose not to watch those people. Absolutely. I mean, it's like some television shows. I'll put on like a series. Like I remember watching 13 Reasons Why, and feeling like my emotions from watching that show was leaking into like the way I was feeling during the day, because it was the first season was so emotionally heavy that I had to take a break from it and not watch it for a short period of time. I did end up going back to it and finishing it, which is a whole nother story about that show. I'm not even going to go into that show, but when we consume something, when we watch something, it leaks into who we are as people. Not who we are as people, that's too far, but it can change our mood, when we're consuming things. So, Dr. Todd Grande. Everybody's telling me about Dr. Todd Grande. I have been watching some Dr. Todd Grande. He is just a trip and a half. Oh my gosh, he is so funny. He's got that dry sense of humor that I absolutely love. I enjoy him. I enjoy him very much. Yeah, Sarah says we need to focus on new and upcoming creators like Audra at home. I love Audra. Audra has become, if you do not know Audra at home, let's just give a little shout out. We have other things to talk about. I'm kind of popping topics today. I'm kind of all over the place. But if you do not know Audra at home, she has become one of my good friends. I had her on the Black Creators Roundtable, and we connected after that. We had talked some before that, but we hadn't really connected on that personal level. And now we talk literally every day. We have talked literally every single day since the roundtable through an app called, I remember, what's the app called? Marco Polo is the name of the app. And we literally check in with each other every single day, sometimes multiple times a day. She is an angel. She is so incredibly funny and such a good person, and so just, I love what she teaches me. Like, and it's not, our friendship isn't even really about, it isn't about that, but her insights on things help me to see things in a new way. It's kind of like Hannah from Smoky Glow too. Like, her experiences and perspective help me to see things in a new way, and they make me a better person. And I've told her this many times. So that's my little love fest for Audra at home for a second, because she's incredible. And her videos are fabulous. Audra's here. Hi, Audra. I didn't realize she was here, but she's amazing. She's amazing. All right. So now that I've loved all over Audra real quick, let's go back to what we were talking about. So let's talk about the shift continuing. So we've talked about these influencers that are around for a really long time, this content they've been putting out for a long time, and they're all not all, but a lot of them are shifting to doing different things. And then we see Morphe. Okay. Morphe has decided, a very, very smart move, in my opinion, to go after a younger audience. So I do have some media to share with you from that. So we have something called Morphe 2. And this is the promo photo for it. And aren't they adorable? And this is in no way any kind of slight to the two of them. I don't know anything about them, but I've heard they're lovely ladies. Charli and Dixie D'Amelio. I believe that the one on the left is Charli, the one on the right is Dixie. And they're sisters, obviously, and they're on TikTok. Let's watch the ad that Morphe has on their Instagram right now. Now, I don't have the audio playing because I don't know if it's copyrighted, but we can kind of see what the feel of it is, that we've got this light coverage makeup. We have them doing TikTok dances. She's tapping her lip gloss and changing it, which is so cool. And just, they've got brushes and they're smiling and they've got their foundation. But then you look at her face and it's definitely going to be a light coverage foundation. I mean, you can see her freckles very, very well. She's smiling. Just very happy, this reminds me of Smells Like Teen Spirit. Do you guys remember those deodorant commercials? That's what that reminds me of. I don't know why. That's what it reminds me of. So let's take a closer look at the products. So we've got foundation, we've got lip gloss, we've got some eye thingies, we've got some brushes that look like, they honestly remind me of the dollar e.l.f. brushes, the way that they look. I don't know. I don't know if they are. I've never tried them. I don't know. But they do look a lot like those dollar elf brushes. Not the $3 good ones, but the dollar cheapy ones that are awful. And there's an article I wanted to show you that talks a little bit more about the makeup line and what it has to offer. I definitely recommend going over and reading this whole thing. So let me see. Okay, I think I have to go over to my screen because I'm having trouble seeing it that small on my screen. So it says, Morphe 2 aims to redefine the way makeup is marketed to young people, invites everyone to celebrate their varying relationships with skincare, makeup, and beauty. Charli tells Allure, with Morphe, we're working together to show that you are beautiful with or without makeup, which I think is interesting since they're trying to sell makeup. I think that's interesting. So it says the sub-brand contains 6 main types of products: a natural foundation tint that comes with 20 shades, jelly eye shimmers that you can apply with your fingers, glossy lip oils, and more. And that's kind of what's going on with that. So I think this is absolutely genius for Morphe. I mean, they are so good at getting the most popular people in a space. And I think this was something I missed from chat last week that somebody had said about Morphe must be paying well. I didn't understand the comment at the time. My brain just wasn't connecting. But I think what they were trying to say was that Morphe must pay well in order to get these high, the biggest people in the space. And I imagine that they pay very well. And if you can sell a lot of stuff, 10%, 15% of sales really adds up quick. Really, really quick to a lot of money. And also, if you've got people like James Charles who are very, very popular with younger people, you can pull in these other popular younger people because you've got James Charles vouching for this brand. And I think it's such a smart move. The other reason why I think this is a very smart move is because when you have a lighter coverage product, it doesn't have to be high quality. That's what it comes down to. Is if you think about it, if I have an eyeshadow palette and it goes on very lightly, then it doesn't, that's what I think about when I think of the less expensive stuff that you can get at the drugstore. Those eyeshadow palettes that I struggled with before I found, more expensive brands, and before drugstore makeup got so much better. It doesn't have to be, because all you're doing is you're tapping one color on. You don't have to worry about it blending. You notice there's no eyeshadow palettes. It's just these one shade little tappy things. They're dealing with lip gloss. They're doing a very low coverage foundation. So they can, if it doesn't have a lot of pigmentation, it's like that was what it was meant to be, is low pigmentation. So they can keep the quality low and still market it and sell a lot and claim that it's very, very good, because that was the intention. So hopefully they lean more toward the K-beauty route, where you can have some lower pigment products, but yet they still have good lasting power. That's where I hope that Morphe 2 doesn't fall short, is the lasting power, because usually when you have very cheap products, the lasting power is poor. So I'm crossing my fingers that it ends up being good. I do not have high hopes for it, but I think that it's going to hit that target market perfectly. The other thing about this is I feel like they're marketing to people that either don't know about the history of Morphe and or don't care. They're just watching TikTok. They're just going, well, they're not going to the mall. Probably. But you know what I mean? They're not digging deep into ingredients. They're not my target. They're not and also they may not know there's better makeup out there. They may have no idea that there's better makeup out there. So I think it's genius. I give props to Morphe. I think it's so smart, because I think that people that are of my age and my audiences, most of our ages, that are in our, late 20s all the way up, I feel like we're kind of burning out on Morphe. So they're like, all right, well, forget you then. We're going to go for the kids. So smart. So smart switching their market. And the other thing that was genius, is they're marketing it as a new brand, kind of like Tarte did with Sugar Rush. They're marketing it as a whole nother brand. You have Morphe for the big kids, and then you have Morphe 2 for the teenagers. It's genius. Lindsay says like Florence by Mills. Absolutely. Absolutely, 100%. And you saw all of the influencers that reviewed that were like, I didn't buy it, but a lot of people were definitely shaking their head at that line, you know? And it's the Glossier thing too, bringing up Glossier and their marketing. So Leslie says light coverage would also be good for boys testing if they can do makeup. 100%. Well, and teenagers just in general and kids in general, I think it's so smart. I give them serious props for this. It's V from V Dreamcatcher. Hello, V. I haven't seen you in forever. A big internet hugs. Hi, Jen. I know I'm not in the YouTube world uploading anymore, but your live chats are what keeps me updated about what's going on. I appreciate you. I appreciate you too, V. She had the best channel. Oh my gosh. I miss you, my darling. I'm so happy to see you. Oh my gosh. So that was kind of what I wanted to say about these things. Let me take a few more comments from the collective brain, and then we will switch gears. I'll tell you what's on my face today, and then we'll just pop topics for the rest, because that's what I had for you today. Yeah, Special J says it does look like Glossier, but will it be cheaper? Probably. I would imagine it is. I think that the price point is similar to the rest of Morphe's line. So drugstore prices. If it is, I might be more inclined to check it out. Glossier's prices are ridiculous for what you get. Oh, absolutely. AYS Laura is also launching a fashion brand, and it's called Nudie Patootie. Really? I haven't heard that. I guess I've been out of the loop for that. Yeah, Saren G Bay says, I am tired of Morphe. I prefer ColourPop. And I think that's why they're reaching for other people, because they know that we're tired of it. But ColourPop, I feel like does a really good job of marketing both places. I think that people that are older like ColourPop, but I think that they do lean younger, which isn't a bad thing. But I think they do a great job of it as well. Wendy says, my daughter will not buy Morphe. She is a smart teenager. Aw. My daughter's not into makeup yet, but when she is, I have plenty of stuff for her. She can use some of my Essence stuff, because that's the brand I usually recommend when people, moms ask me about makeup for people that are just starting out, for younger people, because the packaging is cute, the pigmentation is a little bit less, lasting power overall. Well, it depends on the product, but a lot of the lasting power on the Essence products is pretty good. They're easy to use. The Essence, the palettes that they just came out with, the Elements palettes, they sent me those in PR, and except for the Air one, they were all really good. So I always recommend Essence, and plus their mascaras, in my opinion, cannot be beat. The Lash Princess specifically cannot be beat. I mean, maybe, well, I can't say cannot be beat, but I feel like, there's very few mascaras that I like better than the Essence ones, and the ones I like better are like the Stila Huge, the Lights Camera Lashes by Tarte, trying to think what else, but those are the more expensive ones, are the ones that I tend to like better, but not by much. It's not worth the price point to me. Maggie says, so Morphe got rid of Jeffree and now starting to getting influencers that go to parties without masks in a pandemic. Let's talk about that. I'm going to keep that on the screen for me so that I remember to talk about that, because I do want to talk about that, because I have some opinions to share. All right, so what's on my face today? All right, I am having so much fun in live chat just doing very simple eye looks. And I use the Pure Raw Beauty Christy palette sent in PR. I blew out Dandelion all over my eyes, just blew it out all over. I put a little bit of Lumos in the inner corner, just to give it a little bit of something. And then on the lower lash line, I put Hurtful down here and a little bit of Cafe Disco. And I'm just trying something new. I think it's fun. It's fun to do something different. It's makeup. It washes off. It's fun. Some people take it way too seriously and like, it's like, stop. Just have fun. If people, however people want to wear the makeup, just let them wear the makeup wherever they want to. People are so just all up in everybody's business. But anyway, I like it. I think it came out pretty cute, especially for something that I did so quickly. I've been really getting into just blowing out one color all over my eyes instead of spending so much time doing detail and using 97 different colors. All right, on my cheeks today, I've rediscovered this in my drawer. This is the Fenty matchstick, and this is in the shade Amber. And actually, I purchased this. This was recommended to me by Marlena from Makeup Geek before I knew her personally, which was like the first time she talked to me. I was like I put up on Twitter, I was like something about contour products, and she was, or I don't even remember what the tweet was, but this is what she recommended. I was like, Marlena, talk to me. I was like freaking out because she was my very first beauty channel I ever watched. Like, so yeah. But anyway, it works amazing. It works amazing. It's very natural. It works perfect for my skin tone. I think that's one thing that, like, I think cannot be replaced is when you find a contour product that works perfect for your skin tone. It's so hard to find. It's so hard to find. It's like matching foundation. So this one works really, really well for me. On my top of my cheeks, ironically enough, we've got the teenager version of Tarte. This is Ocean Girl Beach Cheeks. This is also purchased. I did do a video where I purchased a bunch of stuff from Ulta right before the shutdown, before we even knew anything was going to shut down. And this is something I purchased, and I love this blush. It looks actually really light on camera, but it looks a little brighter in person. And I didn't put on a lot. So, and then this is a classic goodie, oldie but a goodie. I got this in a FabFitFun box that I got for free, and that was a sponsored video many moons ago. And this is in the shade Mars. This is their highlighter. Oh my gosh, I love this thing. I'm going to be using this until it goes bad. I mean, like, this is going to take me 97 years to go through. It's been 84 years. All right. And then on my lips today, I have a lovely shade from Ofra Cosmetics called Refine. You know, I have this on my lips just by itself. I have a lot of people asking me about the shades by themselves, which will be available on Ofra.com at 10 a.m. Eastern on National Lipstick Day, July 29th. And you'll also be able to, if you order that day, get a free liquid lipstick with your order. I'm not good at this whole shameless self-promotion. I feel weird inside saying these things, but I'm going to say it anyway because that's what I'm supposed to do. So anyway, people ask me about wearing these on their own. I will be 100% honest with you. The lightest shade I don't wear on its own. I think it looks super creepy. When people try it on, it looks super creepy. My friend Brandy, though, at Pretty PR Chick TV on Instagram, she wore it on her own. She has like a deeper, like, I guess it's like medium. No, she's deeper, but not like, you know, real deep, but she's deeper skinned. She wore it and looked gorgeous on her. She just kind of gently tapped it on. You could tell it wasn't to full opacity, but oh my gosh, it looked gorgeous on her. I will not wear the lightest shade on its own. It's weird. But I do like tapping it in the middle of my lips to like pop my lips out. But this is what Refine looks like on its own. I also love Reimagine on its own. It's just I have to be in a special mood for that vampiness for Reimagine on its own. But yes, they will be available individually. And yes, you can wear them on their own. All right. So that's what's on my face today. I scrolled down. What was the thing? Okay. All the influencers going to a coronavirus party. Okay. It wasn't a coronavirus party. It was a birthday party. Okay. If you did not see this, I did not get the little clips and things for you. I'm sure you can Google it. But people like James Charles and Nikita Dragon and other people, there were a bunch of people. Tana Mojo were at this birthday party for this TikTok person. I think it was in Calabasas. And it was packed. And some people were wearing masks apparently, but most people were not. And they're just partying like it's 1999, you know, like they're just going for it, you know, and just breathing all over each other. And, you know, okay, this is my theory. This is just an opinion. It's just a theory. It is not fact. Okay. I'm not saying this is a fact. This is my theory. Okay, sometimes it's a little bit easier to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission. And I feel like that applies here. So James Charles put out a statement saying he was irresponsible for going to this party, that he shouldn't have gone, that he has an audience, and he says, please wear a mask. I'm stupid. I shouldn't have gone. Okay, you think about, okay, having been to a lot of events, okay, this party was only for the elite of the young social media influencers. This was the top of the food chain when it comes to TikTok and YouTube and Instagram. All of the major players were there. Let's say I'm a 21-year-old and I am at the top of my game. And I know if I go to this party, I'm gonna meet all these other people that are also at the top of their game. I am going to be able to make those connections. I know that the coronavirus does not kill people my age as much as it kills older people. So what am I going to do? I'm going to weigh the positives for me versus the negatives for me. The positives for me is this is an incredible networking opportunity to meet people that I wouldn't otherwise be able to meet and maybe do collaborations, just connecting, getting phone numbers, becoming friends with all of these people who are at the top of their game, versus the coronavirus, which is so incredibly complex. I mean, I feel like I don't need to say why this is a terrible idea to have this party and why it's a terrible idea for even 21-year-olds and 20-year-olds and 16-year-olds and 25-year-olds to be at this party. I don't think, if I don't say that I thought this was a terrible idea, I know people are going to come back and say, well, are you justifying they were at the party? No, I'm not. What I'm saying is I can see that point of view, that the benefit for them outweighed the risk. And apologizing later, very easy to do. For me, it's infuriating because it is very selfish, because I believe that if they do get it, they could spread it to many more people, and they could literally kill somebody. Literally. And I mean that in the literal form of literally kill someone that wouldn't have otherwise died if they did not do that. You don't know. You never know. You don't know what's going to happen. But even just going to something like that, then going to the gas station afterward, going inside, like I don't know how fast it sets in, or going to the gas station a week later, and infecting the person who works at the gas station that you'll never know. You know what I mean? Or the person that was in line behind you, and you'll never know that you infected them. You know what I'm saying? But I can see why they did it. Because it's all about this. It's all about this. That's my opinion. Zaddy Doll says, well, we'll know in 14 plus days if anyone gets sick. State, sorry, my contact lenses are messing up. Boo. Okay. State could still go after each of them and force them into quarantine. Yeah, I mean, but are they going to put ankle bracelets on them? I don't know. It's just one of those things. Like when you've got people that aren't taking it seriously, in short, I think every single one of those people knew exactly what they were doing, and I think they didn't care. I think that if they felt the need, they'd be like, well, I'll just apologize later. Because I think the benefit for them outweighed any negative. That's my opinion. That's what I think. Popskin, yeah, I know a few people who got it. They're not old, and they got a really bad and lost sense of smell and lung scars. Yeah, and I think that's the scariest thing, is that people are having permanent damage to their lungs. People that will be permanently have lung scars, permanently damaged from having this. It's not just the people that die. It's the people that will have lifelong issues because of getting it. Triggered AF, what type of contacts do you wear? I have astigmatism. So they're toric lenses, AccuView, toric lenses, whatever you call them. But they're always get dried, especially when I'm looking in one space, for a long period of time, I'm just looking at you, they get dried out. Yes. SEA says Americans need to be more disciplined. You're killing yourself at this moment. I agree. Yeah, Chanda says, if one of them had the virus at that party, that would really cause a massive spread. This was extremely irresponsible and sets a bad example to younger kids that look up to them. Oh, 100%. I don't think they cared. I think they looked at the benefit. That's my opinion. I think that, because, are you telling me that James Charles and Nikita Dragun didn't know? Nikita doesn't care about anything. She just cares about, she's shown multiple times she only cares about herself. Let's just be honest. It's very sad. Yeah, Makeup Mia says, I know someone with permanent nerve damage from it. It's awful. It's absolutely awful. Yeah, Angie says, what irritated me the most was that wait, hold on. Okay. What irritated me the most was that I, as an essential worker who has to be out there every day in this mess, that they can be so reckless. They think they're bulletproof. Oh yeah, totally. It's really sad. So, all right. CG's telling me to go to Bio Infinity toric lenses. Oh my gosh. I've been using these for years, but every week lately. Okay. Denali says young people specifically think they're invincible, nothing will happen to them. And I think that's just the nature of being young, it's before you have the background knowledge and the experience to know you're being an idiot. I mean, we've all been there. At least I think we've all been there, done stupid things because we thought we were invincible. I know I did dumb things, I mean, it's just, it's funny. Like you look at all the generations, and I know that, my parents' generation and their generation before that, you look at the kids and you're like, these kids today, and it's like, and the kids are like, you stupid adults, you don't even know what you're talking about. In every generation it happens. Are we ever going to like actually learn from each other and like stop being so dumb? Like, I don't know. It's like we don't ever learn as a society. How many times do we have to go through this? Generation after generation of adults saying, you kids, and kids saying, you don't understand. Parents just don't understand. By the way, that song is very vulgar. I did not realize how vulgar that song was when I was a kid. That song is pretty damn vulgar. Fight for your right to party, That's what it's all about. All right, we have about 15 minutes left. I'd be happy to pop topics to whatever you all are interested in, whatever you guys want to talk about. I'd be happy to. Oh, wow. Danny says some kids here in New York have caught it and they have huge red rashes, high fever, and lung damage. It can be deadly. We just haven't heard anyone talk about this. Yeah. It's crazy. Jessica says, until the prefrontal cortex develops at a younger age, this is life. Yeah, good point. My audience is so smart. You're right. No, you're right. You're totally right. Yeah, Brianna says, but the difference is we weren't influencers with so much power. We were normal kids just growing up. That's true. That's very true. Yeah, Beatrice says so many pregnant women getting the virus. Some, but not all newborns are born with respiratory issues. Really? I have not heard that. I have not read that anywhere. I've not heard that. That is scary. Steph says, side note, your shirt is amazing. I love this shirt. Thank you, Steph. I want to get another one of these, but I got it at Hot Topic years ago. It's too small for me. I probably weighed 10 less pounds when I bought this shirt. So I'm actually going to change this after live stream. I just wanted to wear it because You Can't Do This on Television was one of my favorite shows. When I was a kid, Alistair was so cute. Oh my gosh. I had the biggest crush on Alistair. Good things coming out of Canada. You Can't Do This on Television. Such a good show. Sade says, Jen, if you could focus your channel on another topic, what would it be? Probably cooking. Believe it or not, I love cooking. Some days I don't feel like it, but I love putting things together. It's like art, It's you take things that don't have anything to do with each other and you put them together and you make something really cool. So Samantha says, J-Star skincare line. I'm not interested. I'm not reviewing it. I'm not talking about it. Not going to happen. Yeah. And I've noticed, I did see that Hiram's not going to review it. Carolyn Hirons isn't going to review it. James Welsh isn't going to review it. I'm not going to review it. I'm sure some people will review it, but I mean, Hiram is where it is for skincare right now. And if Hiram isn't reviewing it, if James Welsh isn't reviewing it, if Carolyn Hirons talks bad about it, like you're done, like you are missing out on a huge market. But we'll see what happens. I will have my own private thoughts. Is what it comes down to. But people have actually very, critiqued me recently, very rightly so, about if I want somebody to not be in the focus anymore, then I need to stop talking about that somebody. But I think that there's a time and place to talk about that somebody. And I think that if you don't, I'm Jeffree Star. There's a time and place for me to talk about him. And I think that it's when I feel like I want to express my opinions that I feel is relevant to the space. But I think when it comes to product launches and things, if we really want to pull someone out of the public eye, we need to stop talking about them. So I don't plan on talking about him very much, very rarely. If I can avoid it, I will. But if I feel like something is relevant and information you need to know, as far as behaviorally and things I think you need to know, I'll probably still talk about him, but not often. But I definitely hear those critiques about let him fade off into the distance. Absolutely. Leslie says, Jen, have you been doing Instant Pot recipes lately? And the lovely lately. Oh, I have been doing, so this is the context. I've been doing Instant Pot recipes lately and love the flexibility. Oh my gosh. So we have an adventure van where my husband built out a Sprinter van so that we could go on trips. So it's got a bed in it and a kitchen and like everything in it. So we have an Instant Pot that we bring on vacation, and it is like the best way to cook on vacation. I don't really use it a whole lot at home because I like the recipes that I get, because I don't do sponsorships for Home Chef anymore because they switched over their program. It was weird, and I lost my contact over there, and it's just weird over there as far as the PR stuff at this point. But I don't do sponsor content for them anymore, but I do still get it, and I love those recipes so much that I don't really mess with the Instant Pot a whole lot, but when I do, I absolutely love it. Shannon says, skincare tips while wearing a mask. Breakouts are real. The key for skincare, in my non-professional opinion, for wearing a mask is keeping your skin hydrated. Because what's happening when you're breathing, when you've got the mask on, you're breathing out, you're breathing in, you're breathing out, you're breathing in. So you are putting the moisture from your breath into the mask, and then it is evaporating. So when that happens, you're pulling moisture out of the top layers of your skin. Not moisture, hydration out of the top layers of skin. Because when we talk about moisture, we're really talking about oil. When we talk about hydration, we're really talking about water. So keeping the skin hydrated and moisturized, I think, is the most important thing. So if you have oily skin, making sure that you are hydrated, making sure not to over scrub your skin at the end of the day, and using a gentle cleanser rather than a harsh cleanser, making sure you always have a lip balm on. One that has some good occlusive properties, some good hydrating properties. I have a whole video on lip balm if you haven't seen it. But really just making sure, especially this area, is hydrated. And even, when you have a break midday, bringing a moisturizer with you that you love and slapping that on in the middle of the day. Those are my thoughts. Delilah, are you excited for Jackie's candles? Yes, I am a candle person. I love candles. I did that collaboration with Candles by Victoria. I guess it was about a year ago at this point. And I do still have the affiliate code for that. But it's under all of my videos. But I love candles. So yes, I'm very excited. I'm a little concerned about the soy base. The soy base, from what I understand, I could be wrong here, but the soy base, it was like soy and coconut, which I'm not familiar with. But the soy candles that I've gotten in the past aren't extremely fragrant. But supposedly they're better for you as far as breathing in. This is my base knowledge. I'm not a candle, I'm not a candle maker. I could be wrong on that, but from what I remember is that soy, from having soy candles, is they're not super fragrant compared to other bases, but that they're better for you. So we'll have to see what happens, but I'm planning on, I did read somewhere that they're going to have a sample pack where you can get all of them. So that's what I'm planning on getting. I'm very excited. Yeah, Amy says Avene is amazing for skin right now. Absolutely. And you don't have to buy something super expensive. CeraVe, Avene, you can find some good stuff there. Yeah, Mary says I got some fall scented Ulta candles. They're nice. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Cherie Monique says, oh yeah, you totally guessed Jackie's launch. Good eye. Well, I thought it was going to be more bath products too. Well, her with the little lighter thing, that was, I think, was a good hint leading toward the candles. I hope that she ends up coming out with bath products too, maybe in the same sense. I think that would be super cool. Yeah, Cupcakes, and I'll just call you Cupcake, says, oh my gosh, I love soy candles. I have so many with great strong fragrances. Maybe it's just the ones that I bought that were not very strongly fragranced. Maybe it's just the ones, because I only bought them once, maybe twice. So I don't have a ton of experience with them, but we'll see what happens. Where was I? I lost it. Okay. Vicky says, I wear a mask 8 hours a day so far, no breakouts at all. That's good. That's great. Laura loves soy candles too. Dark Sculpture says beeswax purifies the air. I think soy burns pretty clean. I'm pretty sure soy does burn pretty clean from what I read a while back. So, oh wait, I saw somebody say, why did Jackie Ina? And then I lost it. Oh, I know, Jen. The lyrics the parents just don't understand are awful. I'm not even going to say like even what you said. It's awful. It's absolutely awful. Oh, here we go. Sade says, why did Jackie go with the name Forever Mood? It sounds like a teen magazine on the Disney Channel show. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. I think it's neat. This is the thing. I think no matter what anybody names anything, there's going to be people who don't like it. That's what it comes down to. There's always people that would do something different, you know? Yeah, Karen says soy candles are generally better for you as long as the soy comes from someplace not spraying lots of pesticides and stuff. Nice. There you go. See, y'all, this is what the collective brain is all about. That's what it's all about. Zaddy Doll likes beeswax candles. Lasts the longest, but is the most expensive. Gotcha. Let's see what else we got. Sorry guys, I'm just reading and seeing if there's like topics to bring up. Oh, KP makes soy candles. She says she loves them. If you accidentally spill some wax, it may be easier to clean as well. That's good to know. That's great. Yeah, you'll never be able to please everyone. I mean, like I when I came out with my candle collab, like no one really complained. People were like, "Why are you coming out with candles? Like that's so weird for you." That was the only critique I really got was like, "You're in the beauty space. Why are you doing candles?" And I was like, "Cause I like candles, and I wanted to do that because I like this company a lot." That was really the only critique, but no critiques on the actual candles that I chose or anything. But with the liquid lipsticks, I've had so many people like with legitimate like I'm not interested for this reason or that reason, which is totally cool. I mean, you're never going to please everybody. It is interesting the number of people that have asked me, why didn't you just do shades that you like for you? It's like, doesn't everybody do that though? Like, I was trying to do something a little bit different, a little bit more fun. I mean, can you do this stuff with your regular lipsticks you have? Probably. You might be able to, but I know these work. That's the thing is like when I reach in my drawer to do, wait, this isn't even my lipstick. This is Aries. This is the Manny MUA one. The only one I have out. The other ones are in my drawer. But when I reach in my drawer, sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. So it's like, it's nice to know that I have some that are going to work and they're going to work the way that I want them to. And that's what it comes down to for me. But if you have lipsticks that already transform your lips and you're happy with that, why do you need these? You don't. But it's for people that just want to have fun that maybe don't have that. And I mean, it's never going to be for everybody, no matter what you do. So like Jackie with Forever Mood, there are going to be people that don't like the name. There are going to be people that don't like the scents. There are people that don't like the packaging. You're never going to make everybody happy is what it comes down to. And Sarah says, D'Angelo Wallish's video on Shane. Oh my God, I watched every moment of it. If I could be as smart as D'Angelo Wallace when I grow up, even half as smart as D'Angelo Wallace, that kid is something else. I don't want to talk about the details of that video, but I will say I definitely recommend if you are on the fence about Shane Dawson and you need to see everything in one place, and D'Angelo has done that work for you. It's very disturbing. It's very disturbing. And I watched every minute of it. And I felt, you know what? I don't think I watched every minute of it. I think I skipped ahead a couple of times because I was so disturbed. I wish that there were, some kind of time codes where I could have skipped some parts because there were some parts that were so disturbing I did have to skip them. Now that I'm thinking back, I did not watch the whole thing. But I was not watching D'Angelo's part. I made sure I watched D'Angelo's part, but some of the stuff that he was showing that Shane had put out into the world, I had to cut through because I couldn't watch it. It was awful. So if D'Angelo Wallace, I highly recommend. you go check out his video that he did. He did one on Jeffree as well. But just know that it is very full of triggers and it is disturbing. I do wish that there was one, maybe he came out with an edited version that didn't have all of the clips in it or something. I don't know. I understand why he had to put them in there. That's the whole point of it, is to have them all in there. But it was hard. It was hard to watch. And I'm never going to watch it again. But I'm glad that I did watch it once because it's disturbing. And it's good to know. Yeah, Pharaoh says the same thing. I listened to the entire video, but I was not able to watch everything. I had to skip ahead a little bit. I might have missed some little bits of what he was saying, but just like in the beginning of it, but I couldn't. It was horrible, especially being a mother of, today's actually my son's birthday. It's 11 o'clock. We got to go celebrate. Today's my son's birthday. So having a, now 9-year-old son, a 12-year-old daughter, it's awful. And I can't believe that was allowed to be on YouTube. I can't believe that YouTube didn't take that stuff down and allowed that stuff to be there for so long. I can't believe it. Just search for D'Angelo Wallace Shane Dawson and you'll find it. I mean, it's possible for those people that love Shane, it's possible that he has grown and changed and all that, but I'm not interested in that right now. I think that there needs to be, time needs to pass, a lot of time before I'm even open. A lot of time. So, Vanida, maybe? I hope I got that right. He's going to do one on Tati as well. I'm curious to see what he's going to say because y'all know that I have a soft spot in my heart for Tati. So I'm curious to see what he's going to say about Tati because I have a soft spot in my heart for Tati and I can't help it. I relate to her. I've met her. I've talked to her and I'm admitting it. So I'm curious to see what he's going to say about Tati. So thank you for all that birthday wishes to John. I'm going to pop off here. Let me just brag about my son real quick and how amazing he is. He did not want a birthday cake. He wanted a chocolate fountain. So we got a less expensive chocolate fountain off of Amazon. We were going to rent one, but they didn't have cheap rentals. So we bought one and he wants to do a chocolate fountain. So we're going to get pound cake and strawberries and that's what he wanted. He's an amazing little person. He is one of the most compassionate people I have ever met. When he sees that he has made someone sad, the way that his face drops, I could cry thinking about how amazing that little boy is. But anyway, before I do, I'm going to pop off here. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I hope that you enjoyed chat today. We will be back next week at 10 a.m. Eastern time. And yeah, have a great week. Be safe. Wash your hands. Wear a mask. Have a wonderful week. I hope that you are safe and healthy and happy wherever you are. And mad love to you. And I will see you in a video very, very soon. Bye.